Sleazy E has been exposed for using wicked devices. The elect aren't deceived. Let me open up with this precept first. Matthew 24:24. For there shall rise false Mashiachs, Messiahs, and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. 2 Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. In this video I'm about to present to you, I'm landbacking off the Elder Malcolm, the beloved brother in Chicago, the water, for doing this video. And it's pretty much going to expose that there's in-house fighting going on amongst Sleazy E, Edom though. And it's pretty much it will be like the small hats, the J-ish, versus pretty much just everyday Edomites like in America or even in the European countries. So they're pretty much crumbling, like the scripture says. Can two walk together except they be agreed? And also said, if Satan cast out Satan, how shall that kingdom stand? Right? Because the word Satan just means enemy. So the enemy of my enemy are bickering one another, and they're the same people. How can I lose? But it's going to trickle down the prophecy that's going to unfold, right? And this video is going to go expose what happened at the Bundy Beach, how it was all pretty much staged, how the truth is being revealed, and now they're going to try and demonize and weaponize people exposing or speaking the truth. That's really what this is, more like damage control in a sense. Without further ado, I want to give all the honor, glory, and praise to the Most High Yahawah and His only begotten Son, YAHAWASHI, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus, because the letter J in the English alphabet did not exist 2,000 years ago. Double honor to my elders at Great Millstone, taught me the truth of the Spirit, seeking honor to the elect, peace and blessing to the 1/3, and to the confusion faces in the four corners of the earth. Shalom. So let's get right to the video.
Benjamin Netanyahu sounds like he's threatening every Western country on earth right now. You know why he sounds like that? Because he is. Because they're desperate. That's what desperation sounds like. Now they're overtly threatening other countries because they've lost the narrative, and people are leaving Israel in droves. People in the United States and Europe and Australia have turned against Israel.
And these cannot be the people of the Lord. There is no prophecy and no scripture that tells you that Israel will go to the land of Israel and then leave again because they're threatened. When Israel goes back to the land of Israel, when the real Israelites go back to the land of Israel, they will dwell in peace and safety alone. And there will be peace on earth, and all weapons will be gathered up and destroyed. Thus says the Bible. All right, so these people are being found out, they're being exposed. And here we go.
So Netanyahu went on he's sounding like a mafioso. So here is what, so after the false flag in Australia that Israel engineered, where they had an ISIS guy shoot some Jewish people at a Hanukkah celebration. Remember, ISIS is working with Israel. They work with the Mossad. When ISIS fighters were working with Israel to overthrow Assad in Syria, when they would get wounded, the Israel medics would fix them up. Just so you know. So we know that ISIS and Israel are working together along with Al Qaeda. Because if they're supposed to be sworn enemies, isn't it weird that ISIS and Al Qaeda never attack Israel?
Never.
So that's how you know Australia was a false flag. And
let's go with that. Now that I'm going to show you a video where they completely and totally clown how foolish these Israelis look and the American government look, pushing this this incident that never really happened, or it did happen, but they orchestrated.
Is apprehended by another Muslim. Could it be a false flag? Of course not. That would be crazy. Jessica, take it away.
Thanks, Hold on, let's start that again.
This just in, a Muslim shooter out of Bondi Beach is apprehended by another Muslim. Could it be a false flag? Of course not. That would be crazy. Jessica, take it away.
Thanks, John. The shooting took place at a Hanukkah celebration on Sunday, leaving 15 people dead. However, there was one lucky chosen person who survived not only October 7, but also a bullet grazing his head.
I survived October 7th. I lived in Israel the last 13 years. We came here only 2 weeks ago to work with the Jewish community, to fight anti-Semitism, to fight this bloodthirsty, ravaging hatred. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here.
Wow, who bandages a wound without cleaning it?
Nobody, but it's better theatrics that way. After all, he is the chosen victim.
Thanks, guys. We're here inside the hospital where the chosen victim has just been brought in for treatment. A bullet to the head is serious and they must act fast. Let's go live to the doctor.
Yeah, so the chosen victim is fine. Turns out it's just stage blood. Corn syrup. You guys actually fell for that? Ridiculous.
Oy vey, please don't air this.
Too late. We already saw the picture. This guy's the president of the Australian Jewish Council and moved there 2 weeks ago. Not buying it.
Thanks, Ching Chong. I'm pretty sure Satan told him this would happen.
Right, perfect way to take their guns, too.
To be honest, I'm like 90% sure he was in the IDF.
Every single time.
Your call for a Palestinian state pours full fuel on the anti-Semitic fire. It rewards Hamas terrorism. It emboldens those who menace Australian Jews and encourages the Jew hatred now stalking your streets. Anti-Semitism is a cancer.
Thanks, Satan. Blame the sand people, am I right? Exactly. Let's all just forget about the fake weapons of mass destruction and genocide you committed.
This is the punishment that God gave us. We killed the Jews. We got, instead of the Jews that were very good for us, we got these Muslim refugees from all over the world who are destroying us, and the Christians cannot even celebrate Christmas now.
Only victim.
I don't really trust people who only talk about what happened to them.
But never what they did to anyone else.
Right?
That's called accountability.
And somehow they're just incapable. Seriously, let's start with the 60 million Christians in Russia they slaughtered.
Don't get me started about the Rothschilds and 9/11.
Let's see what our investigation team thinks. Good point, guys. So official story says investigators found an ISIS flag in his car, which makes you think, why do they never attack Israel? Eric Warsaw, break it down for us.
Israel actually admitted to funding and giving small arms to ISIS-affiliated groups, and people still refuse to see its controlled opposition.
What do you think of what happened today?
Absolute tragedy, but I saw that the Naveed Akram was trending in Israel just days before.
Thanks, guys. And this is the hero who risked everything, but the media refuses to talk about it. His name is Ahmed El Ahmed, which is obviously very sandy, so let's go ahead and change subjects.
Yeah, so it's just looking, they clowned him. The death of what you just saw is probably flew over some of your head, but man, and the one guy was trending in Israel. People were looking him up before the event even took place. All right, so come on, man. Let's play a little bit more.
What this is all about is trying to get countries like Australia and the United States and the UK and other countries to censor and clamp down on people telling the truth about Israel and their genocide. That's what this is about.
That's exactly what it's about, because what we're witnessing is with the Israelis and the Edomites in general, here in America as well, with CF, critical race, theory, all right, CRT. They're trying to weaponize truth, change history. If someone brings out truth, it is now a crime. Is hatred now. It's violence. It can even put you in a category where they will label you the T word. The terror word. You label you the T word for showing evidence of the truth.
A lot of information there. A lot of valuable information there. The water, once again, Elder Malcolm for presenting this information that we need. And you notice how they're mocking them. It's a mockery. And this also reminds me of the scripture in Isaiah 47. And remember, the Bible speaks in parabolic talk. So Isaiah 47:1, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. And when you go to Psalms 137, verse 7, and read on down, it refers to Edom as being the virgin daughter of Babylon. Okay? So it's talking about Esau. There's no such thing as black and white people. You either have people who are melanated and people who are not melanated. But all people who are melanated that have a dark skin tone, they're not the same people. Because you can clearly look at an East Indian and you can tell that they're not, quote unquote, black, as they will refer to the Judahites in America today. You know, so there's a difference. Nonetheless, though, sit on the ground, there is no throne or daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. That's a like a analogy or metaphor for America being this beautiful, very poised, very dainty, modest woman. No, America is the whore. Remember, the whore that rides upon the beast. That's America, right? Verse 2, take the milestones and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. So that's very, a prime example would be, imagine a woman picking up she has a long dress, she pick up her dress, you know, so she can walk past a puddle, but she's exposing her thighs. That's what America's doing. America's being exposed. You're being out there bare, you're naked. You know, it's a phrase that Jake used. It's like when somebody got like if they playing Call of Duty or something, and somebody got the drop on them, they'll be like, man, I was just out there naked, man. Like I ain't had no protection, and nothing I can do. You know, right now there's nothing you can do. You cannot control this internet anymore. You can't control this truth. Oh, that's another precept, and these are precepts I didn't even think about bringing out, but the Spirit is wanting to bring them out now. This is 2nd Esdras, chapter 6. I want to say verse 28. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome. And the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared. And that's the issue right now with Esau. Esau is the devil. They don't like the truth. So they're going to try, like Elder Malcolm will say, they're going to try and weaponize the truth. I'm going to close. I don't want to make this long, but you being exposed. This is John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye all of your father the devil. The word devil in the Bible, if you read it, it goes back to the word diablos, which means a liar or a slanderer. Esau's big at that. And the lusts of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. That's Cain and Abel. So Esau is Cain reincarnated. And Jacob would be pretty much Abel reincarnated. You notice it's always the same pairs going about it. And abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. So all they do is speak a lie. Oh, it says right here, when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. You are the father of lies. You know what that goes back to as well? In the book of Revelation, where it says Satan will loose a little while to deceive the nations. I mean, come on, you can't make this up, y'all. You know, and what does it mean by you being loose? That goes back to the Renaissance, the rebirth, 1492. Elder Apostle Gabar said it the best. In order for you to understand the mystery, the Bible, you must know the history. Because for 1,000 years, we ruled Europe. Who are we? The Moors, the dark-skinned people, the Southern Kingdom predominantly, ruled Europe for 1,000 years. So we hear about the Crusades, the Holy Wars that happened between the Muslims and the Christians. They were pretty much just jakes, going against jakes because of their beliefs and their religions. That's all it was. But that's another story for another time. So you are your father the devil. And we're going to close out with this one. Amos 8 and 11. Amos 8 and 11 to 12. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of YAHAWAH. Because like Elder, I'm going to leave the link of this video in the description bar. His video like 30 minutes long, and every minute is worth it. But I don't want to hold you that long. And he was even saying that that modern day Christians are now trying to emphasize on topics that the Hebrews, I had a brother had mentioned, how the Hebrews have been preaching about since 2007. It's like them saying we told them so without coming back and letting us know, yeah, I remember you said that. It doesn't matter because all the glory go to the Most High Yahawah and YAHAWASHI. But at the same time, though, you can't deny that what we were saying, starting with the elders of Great Millstone on down, what we were saying decades ago is not coming to pass or into fruition now. So if that's the case, wouldn't you want to think about everything else? Like how everything being digitized? How they were talking about, I think I seen an article where they said the last bulk of the pennies were manufactured, like they're not manufacturing pennies anymore. They're trying to get rid of all the legal tender. Remember during COVID, CD19? Oh, it's on the money. It's on the money. Remember that? They were trying to take in all the bills and all that kind of stuff. Come on now. Remember that. Going back to 2 Corinthians 2:11, at least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. We know what you are devising. Okay. Now back to Amos 8:12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. So seek the Lord early right now while you can. So Sleazy E has been exposed for using wicked devices. The elect aren't deceived. That being said, I truly pray you was fine fed. Stay in the spirit, don't fear it, just endure it. Ask for forgiveness, pray without ceasing, stay humble, remain diligent. YAHAWAH, Shalom.